Yeah, let's build a simple REST API using flask-restx. Flask-restx is an extension which is built on top of Flask. So let's start with setting up virtual environment, and then we let install Flask and flask-restx. Okay, let's go to the workspace and create a directory for the project. Let's name it flask-restx. Okay, cd flask-restx. Now let's create a virtual environment. Python 3 module env. Let's call environment as REST API. Yeah, it's done. So now you can see we have a directory called REST API. So let's activate that one. REST API bin activate. Now you can see on the left side we are currently on the virtual environment, and here we can check the install dependency. Yeah, the Flask is not installed. Let's start with Flask. Python module pip install Flask. Yeah, it's just installed. So now let's go to the flask-restx. Python 3 module pip install flask-restx. Okay, yeah, previously I installed that one, that's why it's collected from the cache. For you guys it will be downloading directly from the internet, so it will take more time than so let's check the installed dependencies. Pip freeze using now you have the dependencies and corresponding versions. You can serve this for later purpose, like if you have to install on the server or something. So let's save it into a txt file. Pip freeze. txt. Okay, now how to file. Let's start creating a basic REST API. Okay, let's create an app.py file. Okay, so since flask-restx is built on top of Flask, first we have to import Flask. Import Flask, from Flask, import capital letter Flask. Okay, yeah, then let's import resource and API from the flask-restx from flask-restx, import API and resource. Let's add app is equal to app Flask, the name. Okay, now initialize this API is equal to app. Okay, now add create a resource. In flask-restx we are creating a resource using class, and in the class it will have function for get and put and post delete functions. Let's create a class. Home screen. Yeah. Inherit the resource. Define the get function. Inherit self. Yeah, just now like return message hello from flask-restx. Yeah, this status code is optional. Now we have to map this resource to a URL. So for that, api.add resource yeah, add the resource name, home screen. We can add multiple endpoints, API. Okay, now yep, now go to the terminal and let's run. Let's export Flask app. Flask app is app.py. By default it is app.py. It's not necessary to do that, but if you are adding different name, then we have to export Flask app name. Export Flask debug is equal to, if we set debug is true, like while we editing we don't have to reload the server. So let's run the Flask run. Okay, server is up, it's on localhost 5000 baud. Let's go to the browser. Yeah, here we can see we have a Swagger JSON and Swagger UI. We didn't add any additional code for Swagger, but flask-restx provides by default. We can look at the Swagger JSON. Okay, and the Swagger also provides the additional functionality to test it. We can try it out within the website itself. So yep, execute. It will show the curl request, and here's the response. Hello from the flask-restx. Yeah, this is sample get function. We can update the post. We can add a post method as well. Define post. Yeah, let's keep it simple. We are not currently adding anything. Return. Okay, 200. Okay, if we go to the terminal, you can see it's restarted. Let's refresh the page. Yeah, now we have the pause function. And try it out, execute. Yeah, that's for